Well, good evening, everybody. NFL draft fans, Denver Bronco fans, CU Buffs fans alike. Hope you guys are having a wonderful evening. I'm super excited for today's episode, man. As you can see, I'm joined by my good buddy David with David Talks Broncos. We are going to go through a 2-round mock draft, alternating picks, and I'm super pumped for this, man. How you feeling?
Man, I can't wait. I'm excited. This is the first mock that I've done that will include all the different teams. And this might be our only opportunity to somehow have Travis Hunter fall down to pick 20, right?
Yeah, let's do some crazy stuff with it. I'm down with that, man. So we'll have some fun with it. But it's funny. I'm a huge sucker for these types of videos. Like, I love watching anybody that's got like mock drafts up. Whether I follow them or not, I usually am the one watching it because I just like to, get some ideas of what people are thinking. So being able to do our own is awesome.
I love it.
This is how we're going to do it. We don't know who's going to go first. I'm going to have you choose heads or tails for the first pick. And then I'm going to ask Siri. We're going to show the camera and then we're going to get into it. Does that sound good?
Let's do it, man. I'm going to go with tails.
Tails for you? All right. Hey, Siri, choose heads or tails. Tails it is. Look at that. Oh, where'd it go?
Let's go.
Tail. It says tails flip again. All right. So you are going to kick us off with pick number 1. Let's get this up and cracking. We are on the PFF mock draft simulator. They finally got all their, picks and everything updated. They got all the players. So
good.
You ready to roll with it?
Let's do it, man.
Let's do it.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, sorry.
You're good. First overall pick.
Give me Cam Ward, man. They brought over the Kansas City assistant GM. They didn't sign any stopgap quarterback. You don't want to have year 3 of the Will Levis experience. So Cam Ward's a little bit of those, kind of traitsy, similar to Patrick Mahomes, at least a little bit more than Shador is. So give me Cam Ward.
I dig it. Yeah, I mean, I can see that happening. I don't know. I feel like with Brian Callahan's system, Shador might make a little bit more sense, just given like his experience with Burrow. But it's probably going to be Cam Ward. And I was surprised how they didn't really take anybody. So there you go. These are probably going to be some of the easier picks for this draft. So number 2 is on me. I got the Cleveland Browns. What the hell does this team not mean?
Right.
Not need. I think they need everything. There's some people that I ultimately feel like this is going to be a quarterback draft class. I think one of these teams will probably trade out, but I'm gonna say that even though they re-signed Myles Garrett, which was huge for them, they could probably use a quarterback. Even though what do they got now? Pickett, right? But yeah. they got to take the best player in the draft, man. I'm gonna go with Travis Hunter at number 2. So he's not gonna fall to 20. Sorry about that, man.
Well, you were gonna put me in an interesting spot because I still might have chosen Travis Hunter over Shador Sanders with the New York Giants, but I can't have him fall to 7 with the Jets. I just can't let that happen.
Yep.
Give me Shador with the New York Giants.
I love this pick. I think if that happens, that's an ideal situation for Shador and for the Giants. So I think that's a really likely chance that that'll happen. All right. Well, New England did a great job in free agency, man. They really bolstered their defense. They got some players. They bolstered their offensive line. I think that they did a really good job kind of filling a lot of the holes. And I think, with the new regime there, they're probably going to want to keep building around the defense. I think Abdul Carter is just way too good to fall past 4 in this particular scenario. So I think Abdul Carter is going to go there. And New England fans would be pretty happy with that.
Yeah,
they got
Mike Vrabel can't pass on
no, for sure not. Yeah, Vrabel's he's gonna want them pass rushers. So
all right, now this is where the mock draft might start going a little crazy. I don't know these teams' needs as well as maybe some of the NFL draft experts would roll with, but hey, you have Liam Cohen coming over to coach the Jaguars, offensive guy. Should they probably go defense? Probably, but I think he's going to go with Tet McMillan to pair with Brian Thomas.
You do?
Yeah, give Trevor Lawrence the best opportunity. And, maybe the Jaguars get another bust, first round bust right there in Ted McMillan. We'll have to see. But he ran well.
He did.
Sub 4.5 today, apparently.
He did. He ran good today. Yeah, apparently. The pro days, you never know, but I like it, man. I think so there's been some talk about him maybe falling, but there's always so much pre-draft chatter. You never know. Ted McMillan would certainly make sense there. And I have the pleasure of choosing for the Vegas Raiders, the franchise I hate the most.
Dart, let's go.
I'm gonna get him a punter. Come over here. Just kidding. I mean, realistically, man, if the board fell like this, I could see. I mean, I think them passing on Genty would be very dumb, but I could also see them going Mason Graham.
I totally could see that.
And I mean, him and Max Crosby on that defensive line, they can fill the hole that they have at running back later. In fact, Pete Carroll's history kind of will show that he's more adept at taking backs later. So I think Mason Graham actually makes a lot of sense for the Raiders here at 6. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. I don't want to talk about the Raiders any more than I need to.
I love it. Okay, where do I go here for Jets? Probably the two guys that I'm deciding between. Not Ashton Genty. Of course, they got Breece Hall, but it's probably either Will Campbell or Tyler Warren. That's where things, I guess, get a little tricky. Will Campbell still is only 21 years old. Tyler Warren is, let's see, isn't he like 23, 24? They need offensive line. Although Olu did look a little bit better last year. Can Will Campbell play? Screw it. Give me Tyler Warren.
It's so funny. I was like, that's been a popular pick as of late.
Yeah.
For the Jets. I know he was normally going beforehand, I think either to the Panthers. A lot of people had him for like the Colts later, but yeah, Tyler Warren might be rising pretty quickly with a lot of the free agency needs and stuff.
A lot of Jets fans like him. I follow a few accounts. Yeah.
Yeah. No doubt. The Carolina Panthers, man, they did a good job too, bringing in a lot of guys that could, that could play. They really fortified that defense. It's funny because I feel like this is a draft where they need to get Bryce Young some weapons. And with Ted McMillan falling off, he probably would have been my choice. And I truly do believe like Matthew Golden is worthy of the number 8 pick. I mean, it wouldn't be crazy. I think he's that good of a player. But do I want to do that? I don't know. Now that I kind of talked through it, they could still use a little bit of edge rush and still fortifying that defense. One of my favorite players in this draft is Jalen Walker. Mm-hmm. And I still think he just makes a lot of sense here because he's so versatile. There's probably better pure pass rushers, but he could do a lot. And, it's a mock, and we'll have a little bit of fun with it. So I'm going to go with Jalen Walker here at 8.
Fantastic.
See how that is.
Let me get that on here on my site so I can keep up with what you got going on.
Yes, sir.
All right, so that puts me at the Saints. Why did they sign Alvin Kamara to that extension?
Why they do a lot of things, bro. The Saints are like run by, I don't know. I have no idea. It's kind of a miracle. Like if this is how they always been run, I don't know how Sean Payton was successful for as long as he was, because they were just doing such head scratching moves. But I guess we'll see.
I know. Well, it says they need D-line. I'm not really too familiar with their needs outside of eventually having to move off of Derek Carr and Alvin Kamara. So maybe I'll kind of go crazy with this one, but how about we get another toy for the offense? We'll go with Luther Burden. I know.
Man.
I think he's right now a prospect that is suffering from a lot of prospect fatigue, but I think he's a really interesting guy, man. I really do think so.
I mean, the Saints always do some kind of surprising stuff, and that would like in a way be a little shocking, just compared to the other drafts. But I dig it. I feel like the Saints, if they could draft. They should draft They just need cap space, is what they need. If they could draft cap space and fix their just horrendous mess that they're in, that would That would help him greatly. All right, number 10 is the Bears. All right, the Bears, man, it's tough with the Bears. I would have thought interior offensive line, but they got some guys. They made a few different. Didn't they make a trade? Was it then they make a trade? They signed a couple interior.
They got the guy from the Chiefs, Tooney.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They made a couple signings.
Yeah, that was a really good move for them in terms of that. So the offensive line is pretty much shored up. Genty would obviously make a lot of sense here, depending on. I mean, Ben Johnson's gotten rid of Swift quite a bit, so we'll probably that's an option there, and I think it's the one that makes the most sense. Even though I would have loved to make Genty fall to 20, we got to make it a little bit at least realistic. So that's probably the furthest I can see him falling in this draft. Even though he's a running back, he's just too good, man.
I agree with you. I think if he's there at 10, the Bears definitely go with him. And yeah, I wasn't gonna let him get past the 49ers.
No doubt. But could you imagine? I mean, you talk about. God, that situation would be crazy for Genty.
Let's move off of the guy with a double Achilles arthritis or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But hey, yeah, this 49ers could go in a multitude of directions. They've lost a ton of talent on defense. They kind of have an aging offensive line. How about we go with this one? I think this would be a lot of fun. He is still ranked quite below where I think some people expect him, but we're going to go with Nick Emenwari there at number 11, ahead of Malachi Starks.
I love that. Yeah, so the rankings here are like PFF's ranks instead of like the public rank, but the ADP is still 33. Dude, that would be an awesome player. Totally a Robert Saleh type of guy. So I can see them most likely trying to trade out of this pick, especially if somebody big falls. But yeah, no doubt about it, man. That's a sweet pick. I love me some Nicky Emenwari. All right, the Cowboys. Man, oh man, the good old Dallas Cowboys. They don't have Genty there anymore. I don't think a back is another back is worth it at this particular point. They could use somebody to go along with CeeDee Lamb. They have a terrible need on offense, offensive line with Zach Martin retiring.
Yes.
I feel like this is where Will Campbell will go. That's kind of a Cowboys move.
Yeah.
But to their credit, they've actually done a pretty good job of drafting recently. Will Campbell gives them a lot of versatility. So I'm going to go with the offensive lineman there.
Okay.
God, I have to do the Raiders and the Cowboys, dude. What kind of a day is this? It sucks.
With Dolphins, hey, you got to work towards that offensive line. I'll go with Armand Membo from Missouri.
Yeah, he's probably going to end up being the best lineman in this class. For sure. All right, the Colts, no Tyler Warren here. They could consider Colston Loveland. They obviously need a tight end really badly. They need a lot of things, as you can see. Malachi Starks would make a lot of sense. But you know what? Just to make it fun, especially because I think this is realistic, and maybe so we don't always end up with the Broncos taking Colston Loveland. I'm gonna say that he goes to the Colts there, helps Anthony Richardson get at least 50% of his passes completed, and then they can go from there. So Colston Loveland.
Let's go. Okay, Atlanta, wide receiver, center, edge, linebacker. Well, let's Falcons continue to make kind of what type of picks. So I guess this makes sense. Maybe this is a little bit of a reach, but we'll go with Gray Zabel there to be their center, even though I think he's listed as a tackle here on PFF.
I think you're right. Yeah.
But shore up that offensive line.
That is funny. That would be something they would do. He's a hell of a good player. I mean, at 15, I think it'd be a little rich, but yeah. I mean, they're the Falcons, so who really cares, All right. I love this, man. They could go, man, there's a lot of ways that the Cardinals can go. I like the idea of going, either D-line or corner for them. They could even do any one of these pass rushers. There's way too many good ones that are still left, like way too many good ones.
Yes.
That have dropped. And so even though I mean, it's always going to be a need. I think Mike Green out of Marshall is going to end up going really high, probably higher than this. And he's somebody that makes sense for the Cardinals there at 16.
I would agree. He would be my pick there as well. Cincinnati. I'm tempted to just want to go offense with this, but I won't. They need defense desperately. Do I go with edge? Do I go with linebacker? What do we do here, man? What do we do here? I think I'll go ahead and go with James Pierce Jr.
Love it. Back, yeah, this is where the edge would start. The little I think this is a good part for them to really, really get going. Yeah, real quick. Eli Betts writes, trades are not a part of this mock draft. That is correct. I wanted to do trades, but it would have been a 3-hour long.
Yeah.
It would have been a 3-hour long live session. I don't want to do that to anybody involved. But yeah, no trades, even though trades are a lot of fun. Maybe we'll do another one, like just first round trade at some point in the future. All right. The Seattle Seahawks still in desperate need of interior linemen. If they really wanted to do a kind of the smart move and they wanted to go the pure interior, I think Tyler Booker is the best guy.
Yeah.
Interior wise in this draft. And he could make a lot of sense. But you look at this board, man. I mean, you got guys that have really, really fallen. But I think ultimately it just makes too much sense to go with Tyler Booker here. He's just gives them a lot of the versatility they need to protect their new franchise quarterback as they feel like Sam Darnold. So Tyler Booker.
I love it. Okay. Tampa. Oh man. Where do we go from here? Give me Jody Barron.
Yeah, it's quick. All right. Yeah. I think that makes sense too. He's probably going to go a little higher. A lot of people have Jihad Campbell going there, but Jody Barron, damn, he'd be good there.
Yes.
All right. Well, I got the pleasure of doing the Broncos in the first round. You will get the Broncos, I guess, in the second round. So
let's do it.
There's a lot of pressure, man. And I'm just going to go with this one. I'm going to go based off of like what I really just genuinely feel like they should do when I look at, or I guess what I feel like I want them to do. And to me, it would be pretty simple. It would definitely be between one of these two guys.
You don't have Io Manor grouped with those guys?
No, not in the first. Even though he's damn good.
Yeah.
Man, it's tough because I love Derek Harmon too. Ideally, in a world like this, the Broncos would maybe look to try to trade back. And the only reason I'm going to take Matthew Golden is because I just feel like he's a better overall outside or inside receiver instead of just a slot like Ibuka, but I'd be thrilled with both of them.
All right.
So Matthew Golden, back-to-back Longhorns at 20 for the Denver Broncos.
I love it. Okay. Pittsburgh. A lot of needs. I guess we still don't even know what they're doing at quarterback, do we?
Nope. Unless you want to solve that now.
Oh, God. Man, I'll pass on that. Man, well, they got DK Metcalf. They have great tight ends. They've drafted a running back in the first before. Man, who's the guy they still got, man? What's his name? Jalen Warren?
Jalen Warren, yeah.
He's still good, and they could just roll with him, but maybe they're like, you know what? Maybe Omarion Hampton's better than Najee Harris, so I'll go with him.
Wow. They're going to snipe him from the Chargers? All right.
Yeah.
Omarion Hampton to the Steelers. Nice. I like that. That's a unique one for sure. And I'm happy because they didn't end up going to the Chargers, so I don't want to have to do that.
Thankfully.
Yeah, thankfully for sure. You know, this one would be a good pick for him. I'm not gonna lie. If I was the Chargers fan, they can wait on wide receiver and tight end. One of my favorite players, Kenneth Grant or Derek Harmon, are both really good. I think Kenneth Grant here, Michigan Wolverine.
Yeah.
pretty straightforward pick for me.
Well, I would think the Packers also need a wide receiver quite a bit. Edge, corner. I guess I'll go with who are their starting safeties? I feel like Malachi Starks is just too good of a value here. I don't even know who their starting safeties are.
Yeah. I was watching a mock the other day and somebody took Malachi Starks and they were like, they could even have him playing like slot cornerback and he'd be better than some of the corners that they would have there too. But yeah, I mean, they have Evan Williams and Xavier McKinney, who's really good, but Evan Williams, I don't know too much about. At least that was last year. I don't know if any of these guys are.
Yeah. Well, let's just go with it.
Malachi Starks?
Yeah.
All right, I dig that. I dig that here. All right, I just keep mocking the same player to the Vikings because it just makes so much sense in their defense, and wanting to fortify their line. I got Derek Harmon going 24 to the Vikes. You'd be really good there.
Yeah, I love it. All right, Texans. They need a wide receiver. They also definitely need really any sense of offensive line help they can get. Josh Simmons, Kelvin Banks Jr. Yeah, I'll go with Kelvin Banks Jr. Tackle. Keep him in the state of Texas.
Nice. Yeah, that makes sense. After getting rid of Laramie Tunsil, that would make sense. By the way, shout out Laramie Tunsil having the greatest draft day video leak ever. Just ripping the bong. I mean, how epic was that?
Legendary.
I'm hoping like a video like that comes out of Ashton Genty or something. Maybe I'll have a chance to get him at 20. But maybe AI or somebody can
AI. Deep fake.
Yeah, just a deep fake, just of him ripping a bong. That'd be awesome. Oh man. Jihad Campbell is not gonna fall any further than the Rams. No. He shouldn't, at least for anybody. So yeah, Jihad Campbell over to the Rams for me. That was pretty easy.
Yeah, and with this one, I mean, the Ravens need a ton of help in the secondary, so I'll go with Will Johnson.
Nice. I dig it. Yep, those ones are pretty straightforward. The Lions, they lost some interior guys. They could use some edge dudes. I think Donovan Iziraku is really freaking good. Darius Alexander could make, Michael Williams could make sense. Walter Nolan could actually even make sense for him. But yeah, I think I'm going to go with the Boston College kid.
Right on.
Give him a little more pass rush juice. They need a new training staff there, though, man. Figure out how to not get injured. That was brutal.
Yeah. All right. This is where things are going to get a little crazy, right? Jane Daniels. He's got some nice offensive toys, a Debo coming in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Austin Eckler is aging. I mean, Brian Robinson is nice, but you want a guy that can truly give you that juice here moving forward. So as much as it pains me, I think he could work his way up into the top of the bottom half of the first round. Gonna go with Travion Henderson at 20.
Wow, damn! You're just doing that so I don't take him in the second round. I understand. I understand. I mean, I wouldn't hate it. That's my favorite back in this draft, man. I love that kid. So yeah, he would. You can make the argument that would make sense there for sure. I mean, he's highly touted. He's a damn good player. The Buffalo Bills could definitely benefit from having Emeka Egbuka on their team. It's not one of their biggest needs, but with Keon Coleman there, they just signed Shakir. Egbuka is just damn good, man. He really is. He's such a good receiver. He'll be a great weapon for Josh Allen. And yeah, I'm going to do that. I just don't want him falling out of the first round either. I don't see it. And I don't want him going to the Chiefs.
Yeah. What kind of bust do I draft here for the Chiefs?
Whoever's most likely to get legal trouble. I don't know these
right? Yeah. Character concerns. Let's see. Who can I find here? Now, I do think it would probably make the most sense for the Chiefs to go defense with how many pieces they lost this offseason. However, the offensive line was just a total embarrassment.
Yeah, it was
in the Super Bowl. And why do I always want to call him Juwan James? Who's their right tackle? What's his name again?
Juwan Taylor.
Juwan Taylor.
And he always hops off. Like he's always early off sides, like hardcore false starting.
Yeah. And maybe they try something like like the Eagles did with what's his face by moving him from tackle to guard. Maybe they try that. They have some needs at guard, but maybe Josh Simmons could be an immediate upgrade for them over at tackle. I know they signed that guy from the Niners too, but he's kind of been a part-time player.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Josh Simmons would definitely make a lot of sense there. No doubt about it. And
oh man,
the Eagles. This team is so damn stacked. They did lose a few.
They get a top 20 talent here at 32.
Yeah.
How'd we manage this?
Are you talking about with Walter?
Yeah, or just yeah.
Walter Nolan. I mean, Walter Nolan really does like fit the framework of what the Eagles want. Like Eagles would do, for sure. A lot of these guys do. Shamar Stewart does. Darius Alexander would even make sense there. Mykel Williams. Shoot, man. That's kind of wild. Yeah. I mean, it just makes too much sense. We'll do Walter Nolan at pick 32. And that will be round one. We got a lot of people. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I appreciate you guys. I don't know if there was a couple questions I think I wanted to get to real quick. But
yeah. Before we get to round two.
Yeah, we can. So, Andy's like the draft guru, and he said, I'd be so excited with golden and orange and blue. Yeah, it would be magical. It really, really would be. So, but yeah, you guys are all awesome, man. There's a whole bunch of people. Sorry we weren't getting to it. We were locked in, and we don't want this to be a 3-hour long thing. I know sometimes that's a little bit long, but we appreciate y'all tuning in with us. Is there anything in particular that you've seen, David, that you wanted to address, or any questions? I'm trying to look through here.
Let me pull up the chat. Let's see. I just really do appreciate you guys. Smash that like, subscribe to Marcky Sports. Hey, Let's Talk Nuggets coming in here with the Packers. Probably go Donovan Ezeriku. I think you picked him right before the Packers. So, yeah, let me know if you liked my pick or not. Oh, no, he didn't, because he went way after the Packers pick. Excuse me. I'm sorry I screwed it up for you. Let's Talk Nuggets. But no, let's continue on.
Yep, let's do it, man. Let's do it. Keep it rolling. All right, so we're getting into round two now. It's your pick, right? Is it your pick or my pick?
Oh, yeah. Browns. Okay, so can you show me who we picked for Browns? Go to your picks, and I think it will show. Okay.
Yeah, Travis Hunter.
You picked Travis Hunter. The Browns do need a quarterback, right? Part of me still feels like they bring back Jameis Winston.
He was visiting somebody today, though. I don't know who. I think it was the Giants.
For real?
But yeah.
Dude, I just don't feel like any of these quarterbacks are worth a second-round pick, man. I just don't.
No, they're not.
So, you want to go running back? They have a huge running back need. They have a huge wide receiver need, too. Tackle. Cornerback. And well,
it's a lot harder than you think, huh? That's tough.
Yeah, once you get into the second round, it just gets a little tough. So, man, screw it, man. I'm just gonna go running back. This sucks, but we'll keep him in Ohio. Quinshon Judkins. You have been sent to hell.
This would be one of this situation would be like instant karma for the video I just put out today about like the Broncos shouldn't take a first-round running back because we can get him in the second. Yeah, because
we can get Quinshon or Trey down there in the second round.
And now, top 33 picks, 4 of them are gone. And I'm like, oh, cool. Maybe I shouldn't have been talking shit. So that's what happens there, man. But I mean, he would certainly make sense to replace Nick Chubb, no doubt. Mm-hmm. And in that scheme. All right, so the Giants took Shedeur in the first round. And now they're going to look at protecting them if they're actually smart. and going with the best tackle available, which in this case is Josh Connerly Jr.
Yeah.
I do want to just make sure and see if there's anybody else on there that I'm like, oh, that could be like a Giants type of a pick. But no, I think the best thing to do is fortify that line as much as they can. Josh Connerly Jr. I think is really underrated. So we'll go tackle there for the Giants.
Great. Yeah. Yeah. Shador needs a good pocket. Okay. Tennessee. They need help essentially everywhere. Who'd we pick? Cam Ward. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Cam Ward. Yeah, they could use another wide receiver. No doubt about it. Yeah. Let's just let's go with it. Actually, give me a guy like Jack Bash. We'll go with him.
I like that. I love that. That would be he's one of the guys. I mean, you obviously root for him. He's just dope. And with the story with his brother and all that. But yeah, that would make a lot of sense there in Tennessee for sure. And they got who'd they say they got again? We picked Cam Ward. Yeah.
Yeah, Cam Ward.
I like that. I like that combo for him. All right, cool. Let's go. We got the Jags now. And the Jags, we took Tet McMillan to give him a nice little weapon. This will be one of those times where you can start thinking about tight ends again, but it still might be a little bit too early. Who's the next guy? Like Mason Taylor, Elijah Arroyo?
Yeah.
Yeah. It might just be a little bit early for them now. They could go safety. No. Yeah. Let me see just all the guys on the interior defensive line that are available. TJ Sanders, Darius Alexander. Yeah, I think Darius Alexander here to give him some of the interior help with Tet McMillan would be somebody that makes a lot of sense.
All righty. Darius Alexander. You worried at all about him being 24, playing at Toledo?
I mean, it's probably going to affect him in the draft. I think in this particular scenario, it's just I couldn't really think of anybody else that would have made sense. I mean, any of these pass rushers could, like Shamar Stewart he'll be gone by this point, I think, in real life. Any of those edge guys will make a lot of sense too, but just going based off of like the needs and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much age is really that much of a concern in the draft with a lot of these. Like, I feel like it's always overblown a little bit more. But maybe. I mean, I don't know. What do you think? Because I always look back on it like, if you're 26, like Vele was, sure. Like, I think Vele probably would have been a third or a fourth round pick if he was younger. But 24, those extra couple of years, you're thinking you're signing your second contract when you're going to be at 28.
I guess kind of in your prime. Maybe you can get them for 2 contracts. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is a tough one because the Raiders did re-sign Malcolm Kuntz, but just a 1-year deal. You would love to have somebody opposite of Max Crosby to just make life absolutely miserable for the rest of the AFC West. And yeah, that's why I'm going to go with Michael Williams, man.
Dude, that would be a 10 out of 10 draft for the Raiders.
Yeah, how do we let him fall so far?
I mean, imagine like Mason Graham, Max Crosby, Michael Williams, or like any of those edge guys. Holy hell, dude. Oh my God, that'd be crazy. All right, so now we got the Patriots. Sorry. All right, Patriots got Abdul Carter. Oh man, they could certainly look at running back here too. Let's see the wide receivers. I like. I'm gonna go. I like Ayo Manor here.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do that. I think that's a part of the draft where you start to think about him. He's really good.
All right, so the Bears, they got 2 picks. They got pick 39 and pick 41 after getting Ashton Genty with their first round pick.
They still got the Bryce Young pick. That's so funny. It's like,
oh wow,
2 seasons ago, and that's still from that. It's crazy.
And that is crazy. Who's the Bears defensive coordinator? Do you know?
Shoot, who is it? They had Ben Johnson. They brought over who they bring from us? They got Johnny Morton went to the Lions. They brought somebody from us to be the offensive coach. Our tight ends coach, Declan Doyle, was the offensive coach.
They got Dennis Allen. Interesting.
That's right. That makes sense.
Okay. So I do feel like the Bears definitely need to shore up their defense a little bit. I'm not really too familiar with the free agent signings that they've done, so they very well could have made a different move. But yeah, I think I like Tyreek Williams there with the Bears.
Tyreek Williams, man. I love that. I'm just laughing because I feel like Andy's screaming at the I can see him screaming like, how the hell is Shamar Stewart still available? He might be a little bit like, and maybe that's not the case, but I could just see him being like,
dude, I don't know. I just like that Tyreek Williams, man. He's kind of a loose cannon. I like him.
No, I like him a lot, and I think it's definitely a good pick. But I was just literally thinking about, man, the fact that if Shamar Stewart fell this far, that would be pretty crazy. But you said Tyreek Williams, right?
Yeah.
All right, I dig that. And I always want to make sure I'm selecting the right ones because I just realized if I screwed it up, then I don't think you can undo picks.
No, it drives me crazy.
Yeah, PFF, fix that.
Yeah,
fix that. That's a little wild, and maybe you can. We just don't know how to do it. All right, so we are back again. Oh, the Saints picking again? Or do we not just pick? Oh, we said Dennis Allen, but he's not with the Saints no more. All right, so the Saints took Luther Burden, and in this particular situation, yeah, they could use more depth at running back. I don't think they do that yet, though. I think they're probably going to look at some of these pass rushers. I don't know why Nick Scorton just seems like somebody that the Saints would choose. Any one of these edge guys. I'm going to go with Shamar Stewart there to the Saints.
Okay.
They got some aging guys. Everybody's aging on that team, and they eventually got to get rid of everybody. So
that's awesome. Well, I'm happy to now double up on another defensive lineman. Let's go with Nick Scorton over to the Bears.
That'd be nice too. Yeah, Bears really got it made, man. With those two picks, 39 and 41. It's such a good draft for that. God, that is useful. All right, the Jets got Tyler Warren in the first round. Let's see who's available at tackle right now that could continue. I mean, Donovan Jackson would totally make sense because he can play both. Mm-hmm. He's someone that I think is going to go a little bit higher than people think. And then Aaron Glenn there. It's landed Princely here. It's interesting too.
Mm-hmm.
Who's their pass? They got Will Johnson, right? Will,
yeah.
Who was it that they got? Is it Will Johnson?
They lost
Will McDonald. Will McDonald.
They also cut CJ Mosley, so they got a lot of needs on defense.
Yeah, they do. You know what? Let's go with Demetrius Knight Jr. I like that guy a lot. They were able to re-sign Jamie and Sherwood, so maybe that was a dumb pick. Now that I think about it, because I don't know why I thought for a second they lost him. But Demetrius Knight Jr. is a freaking great linebacker, and Aaron Glenn likes to take those linebackers and pass rushers, so we'll roll with that.
Yeah, I think it's a fine pick. This one is a pick for Andy. Niners need to go defense with this. They need to stop the run. I'm gonna go with Alfred Collins.
Nice. I was thinking maybe he'd fall in the second to the Broncos, but yeah, that's a studly player, man. That would be a really good fit for him. And real quick, shout out Kodiak for the super chat.
Oh,
one of the goats. Appreciate you, man. Cheers to you, bro. I can't wait for Thursday. Catch us Thursday on Mic'd Up Broncos with Mike Carmelini. Excited about that. Me and him are going to go head to head in the media battle, so we'll see. But appreciate you. He's trying to buy a victory, so you earned it. I'll let you get the win. But thanks for that. All right, Alfred Collins is who you just took. We got Cowboys. Cowboys took Will Campbell, and I think they're gonna. I just feel like they are either gonna love Scadaboo or Caleb Johnson. I don't know why those two guys really stand out to me. One more thing I want to see is receiver. Shit,
Yeah.
Restrepo would be good. Jaden Higgins would be good. Oh, what do I want to do? They're probably going to wait on running back. I think. Let me see.
Also, Landon Jackson, Arkansas connection.
Yeah.
I don't know if that has any influence with Jerry Jones at this juncture, but
yeah. Their linebackers themselves are just terrible too. I mean, but that's why I feel like maybe if Demetrius Knight Jr. You know what's funny? Carson Schwarzenegger actually makes sense there.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to go with linebacker. Their off-ball linebackers are terrible. And yeah, so we'll roll with that.
All right. Well, we'll keep them in the state of Indiana. Xavier Watts.
Yep, that's a pick that makes sense for him. All right, the Falcons took Gray Zabel, and now I think that they could certainly utilize a little bit of edge juice. Landon Jackson makes a ton of sense for him there. So we'll roll with that. Who else was there? All right, maybe or Princely. Yeah, Princely would be too. So either one of those guys.
Oh, Landon Jackson. Oh, sorry, I missed that.
Oh, you're good.
Okay, Arizona. We picked Mike Green last time. Let's go with Trey Amos.
Trey Amos, nice. This is the first time I've ever done like a full 2-round mock at all for myself. So it's crazy because it's going to help me really help, figure out what's going to work out best for these.
Yeah.
Where a lot of these guys are going to go. Where's the meat and potatoes of the draft would be helpful. All right. The Dolphins took Armand Membu, which I think is a really good signing for them. I think they honestly could use more offensive line help. Is there anybody that is worth it at this juncture? Because Armand Membu can really play inside or outside.
Yeah, so I don't know. They say some of these tackles they might have more success going guard, but I'm not sure which particular ones. Like Landon Jackson or Donovan Jackson for Ohio State's played both guard and tackle. But I don't know about the rest of these guys.
Yeah,
I might have worked out at different positions at the Senior Bowl.
No, for sure. For sure. It's always like the guys with the shorter arms too, right? Like I know Ozzy Trapillo, for how tall he is, his arms weren't all that long. There was a couple others. Jonah, I think, is another one. Wyatt Milam had really short arms. So that could have, but I think this is where one of the corners will go. Maxwell Harrison or Siobhan Ravel, both really good. I think Maxwell Harrison, that would be a good pick for him here. So I'm going to go with cornerback.
Cool. All right, Cincinnati. We went James Pierce Jr. at edge. Let's stick on the defensive line. How about that?
Makes sense. They put all their money in the offense. Makes sense.
Right. So, yeah, we'll just go TJ Sanders, man. I think he's a good pick here.
Yeah. He's a good player that, like, for some reason, when someone has such a boring name like TJ Sanders, I don't know why for me it's like, do I really want him? You got all these great names, and then there's TJ Sanders, but no, that would be a good pick. That would be a really good haul for Cincy too, man. Just fortifying their D line like that. So I like that. All right, the pick before the Broncos. Who do we take for the Seahawks? We took Tyler Booker the first time. I think Princely Umanmielen here makes way too much sense.
Okay.
So they need a good pass rusher, and he is just that. So, all right, man. Our Denver Broncos. It's your turn. Who you got?
Oh, man.
I know all the pressure. You can take your time with this one.
Dude, I feel the pressure, man, because this is the scenario that you don't want to be in as a Broncos fan here in the second round if you're not picking a running back in the first. Because, we went with Matthew Golden. That's great. Get Bo Nix another weapon. But
told you. I just saw that. Thanks,
but
Andrew.
when we're looking at the running backs left, you got Cam Skattebo, Dylan Sampson, Caleb Johnson, RJ Harvey, GJ Giddens, Devin Neal. Do you want to draft those guys right now at 51? Maybe. Personally, I feel like there's a little bit of a divide right now with the guys that have been selected versus the guys that are remaining. I know we need a running back. But I just don't want to do it at this pick, man. If the Ohio State guys are gone, I just don't want to do it. Now, I guess a guy that's kind of interesting that would go, man, Andy is spamming Caleb Johnson.
And I was doing that. He is. So is Kodiak.
But DJ Giddens, man. DJ Giddens, doesn't he have like close to a perfect RAS score right now? With his testing, it was something unreal. So he's somebody that I'm thinking of a little bit. But guys, man, right now I'm kind of a slut for the defensive players. There's a lot of good defensive players on the board. Go Shamar Turner in the defensive line. That would be interesting. Guess I can't go wide receiver here. You could go and get that guy, Elijah Arroyo, but does it really make sense when you signed Evan Ingram to, was it a 2-year deal or 3-year deal?
3-year deal.
It's a 3-year deal.
2-year guaranteed, yeah.
There's something crazy that I want to do. It might piss people off, though, because it's something that I've never talked about on like my show ever, or I think in the Discord.
I love it. Let's do it.
Should I do
hell
it?
Yeah, you should do it.
Maybe I can do a follow-up video on why. So we're going to go with defensive talent. But this guy, I think, gives you more versatility than maybe some of the other guys in the front seven would suggest. And yeah, we'll go with Jordan Birch.
Wow. Is he a interior, or is he
He's an edge. He's an edge. But yeah, he can play edge, but he can also play on the line, man. In that 3-4 defense.
Yeah.
And I really like the idea of having another in 10 sacks this year. Solid against both the run, and in pass rush. Yeah, possibly could be a replacement for John Franklin Myers if we don't sign him to an extension. But ultimately, he's a piece that you can kind of move around a little bit more than some of these other guys. So I think signing somebody like DJ Jones for the next couple of years gives you the flexibility. Maybe you don't have to go true nose yet right now. Just get another piece on that defensive line.
Yeah. Yeah, man, it's interesting, and that position could make a lot of sense. I think, if it happened to fall like that, where there's a lot of guys that you like, but you don't know if you like him at 51, ideally trading back or like trading up in this round. I love the idea of trading up to get some, like one of the running backs you want. Trading back would be ideal. And I just realized you're kind of surrounded by the Seahawks. But yeah, I mean, I love it. You threw me for a loop. I did not even think in a million. I was sitting there like, I think I got an idea. I did not think Jordan Birch. So I like that. And we'll get to the Paris Robinson's comment here in a second, because I did want to kind of get everybody's take on it. But let's go again with the Seahawks. So the Seahawks took Booker and Princely Umanmiele, and now they have another second rounder because of the DK trade. So I mean, shit, they're actually kind of sitting pretty there.
Yeah, there's a lot of options you could go with here if you're Seattle. I mean, it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, it is. I mean, they could go with an array of different ways, right? I mean, they already got their edge. They can get another edge. They can get another interior offensive lineman. They could go with, more of maybe a true outside receiver, right? I mean, you got Jaden Higgins and then JSN and Cooper Kupp now. That'd be a pretty interesting haul of players.
Just get Restrepo. Just have all slot guys out.
There's a bunch of slots. Yeah, I like that. Jaden Higgins. I'll do that. And then, here, Paris Robinson says Denver needs another elite corner. Riley Moss is a joke. Damari Mathis is beyond trash, and there's no other cornerback on the team worth anything. I mean, I think cornerback should be something that we consider taking, but I don't think Riley Moss.
I really like.
I think Riley Moss is really good.
Out of Cal, he might be somebody we grab 3rd, 4th, 5th round.
Yeah,
Riley Moss, a joke. Come on, Paris. Come on,
and then
man.
And then all Chris Abrams Drain did when he started was make plays, get a pick, shut some guys down.
Yeah, come on. So, we've had a lot worse than Riley Moss over the last handful of years. Come on now, man. He's not elite, but he ain't a joke either.
No, yeah.
That's our cracker back. Come on now.
He's solid, and I think, but I almost guarantee we'll take a corner because George Payton drafts corners like in every draft.
Yeah.
All right, so it's you with the Bucks.
Man, okay, where do we go with the Bucks? Barron, cornerback Barron.
Love that.
Let's see here. They could go edge. Yeah, let's go with Swinson. Keep him in the South.
I like that. The Packers, we took Malachi Starks. All right, let's talk Nuggets, right? He's the Packers fan.
Yeah,
let's talk Nuggets, likes the Packs. All right. He wanted an edge guy. They could use an edge. Is there any edge right now worth it?
Maybe you got two. JT. Yeah.
Let's see who else there is in the edge. We'll get you an edge. This is for you. Let's talk Nuggets. Let's do it. Shout out to the Nuggets, by the way. We got a little Nuggets banner. Just put it up today.
Jack Sawyer's still available?
Yeah.
Man, he's low on this list. I've seen people put him in the first round.
Yeah, I like Jack Sawyer going there. This whole new list thing really threw me off a little bit because he was higher before, for sure. Quite a bit higher.
Well, does Jim Harbaugh draft an Ohio State edge? I say yes. They just cut Joey Bosa. They need help on the defensive line, although they did draft Kenneth Grant, but or maybe they go running back here. Maybe they go running back.
Cam Najee, right? They could double up on it.
Yeah. Let's they need a tight end too as well, right? They haven't signed a tight end at all.
No. Is Will Dissly? I think he's still on a contract with him. That's about it though. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Mason Taylor to the Chargers.
Oh, that would really break my heart because I really want him in the third, man.
Yeah.
Another guy that would make sense for him too, I think, is Cam Skadden would make sense. He just seems like a Harbaugh type of guy. But Mason Taylor would be a really good pick for him, albeit a little early. But yeah, I would definitely want him in a third at this point. All right, the Bills. Who do we get for the Bills? Emeka Ibuka in the first round. They need to get a little bit tougher. They're good stop in the run. They lose anybody of note. They re-signed Greg Rousseau. Matt Milano's still there. There's a lot of different ways that they can go. I'd probably, they got Ed Oliver. Shamar Turner could make sense. Let's go with Shavon Ravel. I just think he's too good of a player to pass here.
All righty.
So yeah, they could use another corner.
All right, Carolina, we went Jalen Walker in the last one. Let's see. Who they got at wide receiver?
Who? Carolina?
Yeah.
They got like Xavier Legette. They got the other dude that's pretty good. His name is
the dude from Holy Cross.
I think so. Yeah, he kind of popped a little bit.
They still got Adam Thielen. They just signed Tommy Tremble, $8 million a year.
Yeah.
But sometimes when they do stuff, it just makes no sense. They could just draft a running back here again. But yeah, I'll go with TJ Tuimoloau.
Yeah, Tuimoloau. All right, yeah, I dig that. You know what's crazy? I was thinking about it. I think Xavier Legette's the only wide receiver this year that caught a touchdown pass on PS2.
Wow.
That was a weird game.
Yeah.
All right, the Texans got Kelvin Banks Jr. Didn't they address what? Did they sign somebody? Did they sign a wide receiver? Why do I feel like they got somebody? Maybe I'm tripping.
Yeah.
I mean, Xavier Restrepo here would be really nice. They could use like a pure slot, someone that gets open.
They signed Tremont Smith.
Yeah, they did.
Justin Watson on a 1-year deal. I mean,
they made trades too. Like they sent and then they traded for some guys and they got a corner or something. But yeah, let's go with Xavier Restrepo there for the Texans. I would like that pick. He's freaking good, man. He's a good player.
All right, Baltimore. It's the guard, edge, DB. We went with Will Johnson in the last one.
Yep.
Dude, how is their offensive line?
Pretty damn good. Pretty damn good.
Yeah, I think I just might go with best guy available. Could they use another wide receiver? I mean, they signed DeAndre Hopkins.
They love just like
wash dudes, man.
Not getting good receivers like very often.
Yeah,
like
I don't
Zay
know
Flowers,
if I
like
feel
traditional
comfortable
XG.
going like Savion Williams or
That would be a
Trey
very
Harris.
Ravens
here.
pick.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I'll go with Shamar Turner here. Throw it on their defensive line, man.
All right. I dig that. All right. The Lions got edge rusher Donovan here. And why did they say they need a receiver? I feel like their receivers are stacked.
It's because they lost Tim Patrick. Oh, wait, they brought him back.
They did. They did bring him back. Yeah, so I don't necessarily know about that. I mean, any interior guys here, like someone that makes sense that I feel like could go here, and it's a very Lions-esque pick, is Wyatt Milam.
I don't even know who that guy is.
He's
West
ranked
Virginia?
low. Yeah, he's ranked low because he's a tall dude. Like he's a really good tackle, but he has shorter arms. People are saying he could play guard. Maybe they can flip him out. And I don't know why he just kind of popped in my head as someone that would make a lot of sense there. So I'm just going to have fun with it and say they're going to take Wyatt Milam. They like to build in the trenches too.
Cool. All right. Let me find him really quick on my screen. Okay. Washington. Last time we drafted Travion Henderson, and they're going to continue to do what I would want the Broncos to do. Yeah, you re-signed Zach Ertz, which I think is a huge indictment on Ben Sinnott, who should have never been a second-round pick. But Jane Daniels needs weapons, baby. Although, I guess they could go corner 2. Darian Porter, 6'4" corner. That is interesting.
And he ran like 4. I think he ran like a 4.3 at the combine or something crazy like that. 4.2.
Man, maybe Washington does go in that direction. But yeah, I'm like tempted to take Elijah Arroyo here because I want to give Jane Daniels another weapon. I think that could be a lot of fun.
Travion Henderson and Elijah Arroyo.
Yeah, so we're gonna go with fun. Elijah Arroyo.
Yeah, we gotta have it fun. This ain't. I mean, there's going to be some things that people are going to be like, you guys are crazy. And we're going to end up like somehow getting right a few of them. But yeah, okay. Abuka and Ravel, that's a solid picking so far for the Bills. And they got a second one now. And I really kind of, I'm not going to lie, I kind of wanted Arroyo here for Buffalo to team up with Kincaid. I mean, they've also got who's the other tight end they got? But he's always hurt. Knox, yeah. So
yeah.
I don't know about that. They're pretty good on running back. It shows here that a linebacker is the only other option, but let me shoot who they got as let's see. We should know this because we did a lot of running back work. Oh, Jeffrey Bassa. He would be worth it here at 62. I don't know why the hell he's ranked so low on here.
Yeah, I don't know. Chris Paul's got T-Rex arms, so I just don't know if he's going to be drafted in the first couple rounds.
29-inch arms.
Yeah.
That shit's funny, man. I remember that's awesome. This is tough, man, because I have no idea. Yeah, I'm gonna go with another off-ball linebacker. We're gonna go Jeffrey Bassa here. Bassa, whatever it is. All right, final 2 picks. Number 63, the Chiefs.
Okay, so we went Josh Simmons. The first one. Okay. They need running back bad. Right?
Running back?
The Chiefs need a running back.
Got him.
I mean, they re-signed
Hunt, and then they have what's his name? They got a angry dude. I'm like really bad with names lately. I don't know what's going on, but
Dylan Sampson's interesting because he's got that speed that I think they need. Now Caleb Johnson, not as much speed, but can be that 3-down type of guy. In Iowa, there's a lot of Chiefs fans, so I'm gonna go with that. Caleb Johnson.
Shit, that would be scary, man. Pacheco and him just running through people.
Yeah.
You know, if you really wanted to have like Broncos country riot, how would everybody feel if they took Tez Johnson here and had Bo's brother playing for the Chiefs? Holy hell. Caleb Johnson, I like it. That's a good pick for him. Unfortunately. All right, and then the Eagles took Walter Nolan, and you know, it's crazy. It shows they need corner. I don't really know why. Darian Porter would not make it past them for sure. So I think for me, that's a pretty easy choice. Wrapping it up with Darian Porter. Let's see. Do they even give us a draft, a grade? Or they give every?
Select up to 3 teams to get customized. Oh, we would need to do that before the draft.
Oh, that's all good. All right. Well, let me know how you guys feel. I can see in the comments there's some people that liked some picks, others maybe hated it, but let us know in the comments if you're not in the lives here. And this was fun. David, man, I appreciate it, dude. How you feeling? How are you feeling about the draft overall? This kind of help give you insight about
a great exercise. I still need to learn so much more about specifically what all these other team needs are, other than just what I know kind of from the peripheral. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. It would be cool to do a 7-round mock with you. If you don't got time now, maybe we can connect with that another time and just do 7 rounds for the Broncos in all.
Oh yeah, no, I would love that, man. I would love that. That'd be awesome.
Okay,
it'd be a really, really good time. And yeah, I think for me, man, it kind of makes you realize, you know, once you start to know what the teams around you kind of want, it's like, okay, what's the best way to do it? Like if you're targeting Trevion, where do you need to trade up to? If you want Judkins, where do you need to trade up to? If you know you like these guys and you feel like they can drop, you can go backwards. So I dig it. But yeah, no, this was fun, man. I appreciate you. Thanks for everybody in the chat again. And yeah, wrap this thing up, man. Y'all have a wonderful night. Any last minute orders, any fun things you got coming up? David, you want to talk about?
Yeah, I'll do a video here on Jordan Birch soon. I have a new perfect off season for the Broncos coming out now that we're through the first wave or two of free agency. And yeah, just excited to dive into the draft, man. Hopefully we can sign J.K. Dobbins or something like that, so we can have something to talk about this week, or a punter or something like that. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow with another video.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Well, everybody, obviously, you already know what to do, man. Follow David Talks Broncos if you don't already. He's always got great content. He's got an awesome Buffs channel too. Check out the Discord. We got the link in the description. We have a ball in there. And so, yeah, we'd hope to see you guys in there. Otherwise, y'all enjoy your night, man. And go Broncos. Peace out.
Go Broncos.